else is happening? Everything's pretty peaceful. Check the paper, no executions. They've been flying left and right. You know, when they nailed Spinkalink, it was headline news. Now you see these little tiny 1-inch articles in the newspaper. Another maggot bites the dust. They nailed 2 in the same day last week. Did you hear about it? No, you don't even hear about it anymore. The only reason I heard about it was kind of interesting that the guy, the one they electrocuted down in Florida, they had a bit of a brouhaha on the evening before he was to fry. Well, the warden stopped by the jail cell, and he was with the priest, and they're both in there, and the warden said, I kind of hate to see you go. You've been with us 8 years now. And the guy said, yeah, you've been good to me, warden. You've been fair, but we've exhausted the appeals. Tomorrow's the day. And the warden said, well, good luck, and I hope what waits for you in eternity is what you've hoped. Well, take care. And the warden turned and said, I need to know your last meal to tell the chef. And the warden took out a pad. The guy smiled and said, warden, I think for my last meal I'd like the bearded clam. The warden said, wait a minute here. Wait a cotton-picking minute here. You can't ask for the bearded clam without background music. The guy said, what are you talking? And the warden said, oh yeah, for crying out loud, whenever the Grease does these bits, he's got background music. So if you're going to ask for it, you say, you want the bearded clam. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Jeez. The warden said, the bearded clam? What are you talking? And the condemned man said, warden, I am asking for my last meal. The bearded clam. The warden said, but I've never heard of that. Father, have you heard of that? The priest shook his head and said, no, I don't believe I have. Is it kind of like fish sticks? The condemned man said, similar. That's where it ends. The one saying, let me see, is this some kind of French meal? The condemned man said, well, it was discovered by the French. But it is not indigenous to the country of France. It has since been adopted by all civilizations as a main staple. And I, frankly, am shocked that you've never heard of it. And the warden said, well, I don't know. I don't get around very much. Been married 30 years. We tend to stay at home nights. Anyway, I don't know if we can do it. Is it hard to cook? What is it, served flambe? The condemned man said, no, it's served au jus. The warden said, you're getting too fancy for me. Why can't you just order steak and lobster tail like everybody else? What's this bearded clam business? The condemned man jumped up and said, look, warden, if you don't give me what I asked for, I am going to go before everybody. Do you hear me? Before everybody. You know how they always ask if you have any last words to say before they throw the switch? Well, I'm going to tell them I was denied my last meal. How long you been working in this jail, warden? The warden said, well, 29 years. Yeah, 29 years. How'd you like to see your pension go right out the window, huh? How'd you like headline news across the country? Warden brutalizes condemned man, denies last meal. Your pension's over your history. You're out in the street. You want cold potatoes. You're flat beer. You're yesterday's fish. You understand what I'm saying, warden? How can I give you what I done? The condemned man finally said, come here, warden, come here. And he whispered in the warden's ear. The warden looked at him and said, my God, man, are you out of your mind? The condemned man said, that's what I want for my last meal. I will accept nothing less. I demand it immediately. I demand 2 hours duration in which to savor the flavor. It's either that or your pension, warden. Think about it. The priest said, 1 minute. He said, shut up, father. You don't want to know. The warden stood there for a second considering. Finally, he walked to the phone in the wall right next to the electric chamber. He dialed. He said, hello, honey? Yes. Send our daughter over. Don't ask questions. Just send our daughter over here immediately. Have her come in through the back way. The warden looked at the man and said, I hope you rot in hell for this. The man merely tucked his napkin into the nape of his neck and stood waiting, biscuit in hand. The next morning, the warden personally came to lead him on that last walk. The warden personally strapped him into the chair and cinched him extra tight. The warden personally position by the wall where the switch was. When the moment of truth came, the warden used 2 hands and... The man convulsed against the straps. And then he lay still. Some wizened old newspaper man went walking out saying, you know, it's been 30 years I've been watching these guys die. That's the first one I ever seen go with sparks flying off his lips.
Krazi, he is crazy.